And speaking of one, I'm honored now to introduce someone who will represent them. Bucky Ribbeck, a former frontline kid. Many of you will remember him when he spoke at the 40th anniversary here at the Rotary Lombardi Award. At the time, Bucky was a senior on the varsity football team at Straight Jesuit College Prep, fighting his battle with cancer. As Bucky makes his way onto the stage, please watch this short clip from his remarks.
A little over 40 years ago, Vince Lombardi used all of his determination, grit, and might to fight his battle with cancer. He lost that battle. I'm sure today he would take great pride in knowing that this very prestigious award, named in his honor to select the College Lineman of the Year, has helped to fund research through the great work of the American Cancer Society, so that today my friends and I have hope of winning our battles with cancer.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Mr. McAvoy. Thank you to all of our Rotary Club members here in Houston who are putting on this amazing event. It's been a pleasure getting to know all of y'all. I'm honored to have been given the opportunity to address y'all tonight. Now, it's been a little over 10 years since I last took this stage. You may notice I've got a little bit more hair today than I did back then, but only by a little. It's been quite a journey of my own since then, graduating from medical school here in Houston, completing my pediatrics residency in Columbus, Ohio, and now returning home to be a fellow in sports medicine at Baylor College of Medicine, Texas Children's Hospital. And now, while I may be the one standing in front of y'all tonight, make no mistake, I'm not here for myself, but rather to represent, as Mr. McAvoy mentioned, those frontline kids. We have this table over here full of cancer survivors who are my friends from when I was in the hospital. They came with me today to help me represent all those frontline kids who couldn't make it because they're fighting their battles in the hospital, and the way this COVID thing is going, it's not right for them to be here. Now, to introduce some of these kids at that table, Blake, he was about 7 years younger than I was when I met him, but he had undergone a decent chunk of his treatment already, and he really turned into my role model as we battled the same type of cancer together. He showed me how you don't have to be the size of an interior lineman to really have that heart and have that passion to get through tough times. Presley and Caroline are two of my other friends here today, and what they showed me was the importance of having fun with your family. Our moms were always with us at the hospital in their velour tracksuits, very fashionable. My mom's gonna kill me for that one. Making sure we were well taken care of, having as much fun as we could while we were pent up in the hospital room. I laughed the hardest I've ever laughed with these incredibly strong women, and with their velvety suits of armor, they protected us from any harm the outside world tried to throw our way. Now, Thomas is the last friend I brought with me today. He's our resident Bama, A&M, who knows, fan, but we try not to hold that against him. He and his family are some of the greatest people you'll know, and like an offensive line, their hard work and loyalty are always under-recognized, but at the same time, one of the most important keys to success. Now, speaking of somebody who went under-recognized for many years, even after his playing career ended in 1968, I would be remiss if I did not give praise to the 2018 NFL Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Jerry Kramer. He's our honorary chair for this evening. Couldn't make it due to some health issues. But I was lucky enough to get to meet him and talk with him back 10 plus years ago when I was standing on this stage back then. I may have even made him cry a little bit. Now, he epitomizes what it means to live in the trenches. He demonstrates so well that his best quality is not the fact that he could still probably win a tug-of-war with an 18-wheeler, but rather his nature as a big softy with a heart that was bigger than his bare paws. The reason why he continues to be involved in this event and carry on the legacy of his old ball coach, Vince Lombardi, for whom tonight's prestigious award is named, is because of that. He understands the trials that these children are experiencing, shows incredible empathy towards those who are fighting the toughest fight of their lives. It's men like him who make this event what it is and encourage the continuation of the involvement of our finalists with the children who are cancer patients at Texas Children's Hospital and MD Anderson Cancer Center. Our finalists had the chance to meet some of the current frontline kids today in a virtual setting. And what I hope they understand from the time they spent with these kids is that, like me standing at this podium today, they now represent a whole lot more than just themselves going forward. They now represent hope and inspiration. They now represent strength and passion required to conquer cancer. And they now have a whole new stable of fans who will be proud of all their accomplishments throughout their careers in the NFL or wherever else life may take them. It's a huge impact that these young men have on this stage, on these future cancer survivors that they met today, and it should not be understated. Now, while we are here to celebrate the accomplishments of these fine athletes today, I don't want you to forget we're also here to make a difference in the lives of those frontline kids who couldn't make it today because either they're currently in the hospital undergoing treatment or they're at home with immune systems that have been ravaged by their chemotherapy. I want to take a second to do something here, and I ask for a little bit of some audience participation. I want anyone in the audience or on this stage who has been a part of someone's cancer journey to stand up. If you ever had a family member suffer from cancer, stand up. If you visited someone in the hospital or brought them food or good conversation, stand up. If you've donated money to fund cancer research that has contributed to saving current and future lives, please stand up. Now I want y'all all look around this room, look each other in the eyes, say thank you, and give each other a round of applause. Again, it cannot be understated how much cancer is involved in all of our lives, as you can see with all these people standing there. Y'all are welcome to sit. Sorry the tears weren't planned, I promise. Now, if you haven't been given that opportunity in the past to support these frontline kids, or if you wish to further your contribution to the hope of the futures of our frontline kids, we have a great opportunity for you tonight with our Wall of Honor campaign to do just that. Please consider making a donation to further that cancer research by filling out the cards on your table. You can fill it out, remember your loved ones who may have passed, remember friends, family, or donate in honor and somebody who's a survivor. Now, if you wonder whether or not this funding really matters, I want you to look at the strides researchers have made over the last 50 years. When Jerry Kramer was suiting up with the Green Bay Packers, the survival rate for people with leukemia was 14% over 5 to 10 years. Now, within the last decade, new studies have found overall survival was 66%, but over 90% in pediatric patients. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? I mean, this is what that money does. And y'all have a chance today to contribute to the continuation of this trend for leukemia and other cancers. No one can do this on their own, but with the power of everybody in this room, I assure you we can make a measurable difference. Now, to wrap up, I again wish to say thank you to all those who have given me this opportunity to speak with y'all tonight and use this platform to celebrate the frontline kids who are fighting along with our finalists in the trenches every day. And I wish to say good luck to our Lombardi Award finalists, and not just tonight, but for the rest of y'all lives. We'll be celebrating all your successes with you for all the years to come. Good night. God bless.
Thank you, Bucky. You are truly an inspiration to everybody here, and I know especially to Jerry Kramer. Jerry Kramer is tonight's honorary chair and, of course, famed Green Bay Packer. Since he could not be here in person, let's watch this special taped message.
Lombardi Rotary Award. I especially remember some of the dinners over the last 40 years. Had a wonderful evening with George and Barbara Bush. George and I sat together and fished and hunted and told stories for a half hour. What a treat. I also remember with great joy the 40th anniversary event with Bart and Vince Jr. It was a wonderful evening, wonderful event. Also, the first time I met Bucky Ribbeck. But I'm sorry not to miss being there. I miss it very much, and I know Coach Lombardi would be proud of what you have accomplished in his name. The tremendous proceeds to benefit the cancer research and the American Cancer Society. A special hello to Bucky. Bucky, you have kicked cancer's butt, and we are proud of you and all you have done and all you will do. You're an amazing spokesperson. We're looking forward to hearing about your sports medicine career and serving your community. And congrats to the 4 finalists out there. You guys are already winners. Coach used to say, develop in you the will to win, the will to excel. These are the things that endure. And these are the things that are far more important than any of the events that occasioned them. I suspect you already have developed in you the will to win, the will to excel, or you probably wouldn't be here. The Lombardi Committee, you will always have my support, and I look forward to the 50th anniversary event coming up soon.